Yeah.
Number 3 in our No Spleen Zone, Big Ben says he's sorry. He's sorry for everything that I said about Antonio Brown after Week 12 against Denver. That was when he called him out on a poor route and called out the offensive play caller and said that he should have gone to Juju a lot more on that drive. We actually do have the soundbite from Big Ben saying, AB, I'm sorry.
It's a fine line to walk sometimes of giving information out, giving kind of some cool things for the fans to be a part of, and maybe saying too much. And I know that I took some heat, and deservedly so, for some of the comments that I've made on that show, and especially towards him. And I genuinely feel bad about that, and I'm sorry. Did I go too far after that Denver game? Probably.
Did I go too far? Probably.
Definitely. Just say definitely, first off. Like, just say that. Just get it out of the way. You know, he dances around. If you listen to the rest of the conversation, too, he kind of goes back and forth a little bit with kind of trying to make an excuse for himself if you kind of listen to the rest of the interview, too, on that last interception against the Denver Broncos. But, I mean, hey, you want to talk about, like, the no spleen zone? What is this really? What's the spin here? It's, oh, shit, I got to go back in the locker room tomorrow and see guys again. I better try to, like, clear the record a little bit and let guys know what I really meant, or that I am actually sorry about some of the things that have gone on.
He's already remedied that. He went on that boat on that cruise in Georgia with his teammates. It's already fixed.
That's where I honestly, when I heard yesterday, I did think about, he invited the skill guys to his house, lake house in Georgia. Was there any conversation over the weekend? Does a Juju Smith-Schuster go, yeah, dude, you need to make, like, a comment publicly. Like, what you did to Antonio Brown was not cool. There's guys in the locker room that, don't respect that you said that, whatever it is. Did a moment like that happen? Or is Big Ben just smart enough to realize, like, okay, did the light flash on and go, okay, I got to obviously change my ways a little bit. And what I did was not right. And if I am going to get the respect of the locker room, we're going to improve as a team going forward, I got to change my ways and hold myself a little bit more accountable. Because I can tell you that was bullshit what he did to Antonio Brown. I mean, come on. That was a horrible decision, horrible throw. It was a defensive tackle that intercepted it, and he was trying to blame the route. I mean, what did he want Antonio Brown to do? Run between the defensive line and the offensive line? I mean, that was the only way he was going to come underneath that guy. So just unrealistic, broke the man code, broke the locker room code. And, he's trying to do damage control right now to show the team in the locker room that he's going to be a new man going forward.
So let's see if Antonio Brown accepted the pseudo apology he tweeted out, and he tweeted 2 words. He goes, two-face.
Yeah, he's not buying it.
No, he is not buying it.
No, he's had enough, and he seems like he is not going to unrelent on Big Ben at any point. But I mean, I
don't think Big Ben really will change, honestly, because from what you hear from the team, the people that matter, Mike Tomlin, they condone the actions for the most part of Ben Roethlisberger. They say he has that right to call out players. So I don't think there's a whole lot of pressure above him in that organization that are calling him out and saying that he did anything wrong. And so I think taking his teammates out and the skill guys out and going on a boat in Georgia was a good idea.
It's a good step, right, to get some camaraderie.
I don't think he feels that bad about how it all went down,
probably not. No, he's going to miss that he's not there catching his footballs this year. That's probably where he feels bad or worse than anything. But, hey, I would say this to Big Ben, too. Hey, screw the radio interview the weekly radio appearance.
He gets very loose on that, right?
It always gets him in trouble, right? It always ends up going back to that where he gets himself in trouble with some sort of comments. So to me, hey, there's been enough talk in Pittsburgh the last few years in general, whether it's been Le'Veon Bell's contract situation, Antonio Brown's issues on and off the field, Big Ben causing issues, James Harrison not being happy in Pittsburgh, then going to New England, spouting off. Like, just got to be a little less talking to me and a little bit more playing and maybe a little more focused on the task at hand.
So, quarterbacks do that, right? Because you want the leader. You want to be able to feel like you can challenge the guys. You have to have that respect of the guys, too, so it's got to go both ways. And I'm curious, I mean, you're a quarterback, and you're in that position where you're expected to be the leader. Mm-hmm. You're maybe expected at times, if you feel like the play of your teammates is faltering, maybe to make a comment. Did you ever have that moment in your career where you felt like now is the time for me to call out this receiver, this player?
No, I think the first way you gain respect of player on the offense, and I know just at least in the few times that I felt like I gained respect, was the accountability factor. Like when we're watching the film as a full offense.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody lines up wrong, and I take the heat because I go, you know what? I told him to line up there. That was my fault. Or, hey, coach, I messed up in the huddle and said this, and I should have said that, and that's why Mike Allstott ran the wrong route into the flat. Whatever it may be. When you do things like that, the players then know, oh, this dude's got my back, and he ain't afraid to take the heat from the coach and do that. Those are the things you have to do right off the bat is to be a leader. That's why Tom Brady's so revered up in New England, right? Because guys go in there and they see, damn, Bill Belichick just yelled at Tom Brady like he was the third-string defensive back.
Yeah.
And he didn't bat an eye. And, yeah, it's the ability to take that accountability or be accountable to yourself, I should say. And, you know, the only positions I ever felt like I could yell at were the offensive line at times. Offensive line could take it. Other positions, you know, hey, a receiver drops the football. You know, a receiver makes a mental mistake. Gosh, they're getting yelled at by the head coach or the offensive coordinator or their wide receiver coach before the play's even over. So there's nothing that I, as the quarterback, was going to do.
Yeah. I,
more times than not, took the other way around, like where if a receiver dropped the ball and it hit him right in the chest, I would literally take the blame and be like, oh, I should have thrown a better spiral. My bad. Not my bad. That was a tough one to catch because I wanted to keep them in the right frame of mind. I didn't want them to go, oh gosh, Gim, I'm off my game here, and Chris is questioning me and all this. And also, I knew that if they dropped the ball like that, damn, Gruden or somebody was going to get on their ass anyway. So they didn't need to hear it from me too.
Not like they were trying to drop that ball.
Exactly right. So I always tried to stay positive.
Next time
along
I'm going
those
to catch the ball that's right in the numbers.
Yes,
That's a
and
good point, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But I more times than not. You know, took that route. And with the guys that were like a constant pain in the ass and always screwing up, you know, more times than not as a quarterback, I feel like I never had to get on them because the coaches were already all over them because they were screwing up on a regular basis.
And you were going to see it. You might not see him again, right?
Yeah, well, right, exactly.
Like, okay,
just move on. But O-line was the only one I ever felt comfortable about, like I could yell at and be like, hey, what the guys?
Yep.
Like, are we going to block anybody today? Can I throw one throw without getting hit today? Like, they were capable on the field of taking that. I always say they're cows, and they will graze in the corner until you put a poker in their ass and get them going sometimes, and that's the way all linemen are.
I mean, that's such a good point because you kind of build up this whole environment of accountability, right? And if you're the one who's accountable and say, my bad, then all of a sudden other people feel like, okay, then I feel safe doing that too. Hey, that's my bad. I screwed that up.
It starts a culture of going, you know what, I got to be better first before I start
because
pointing
the
finger at
opposite
everybody
can
else.
be true. You can build up the culture of the opposite where it's like, oh, let's blame.
Excuse.
Right. And get it off of me.
Coach told me this, or in the meeting last week we said this. You know, yes, and that's never good.
I'm trying to teach that to my 4-year-old right now.
Yeah.
Who I can't. I'm having a very tough time. Everything that happens is someone else's fault.
Yeah, of course. Right.
He falls down. He goes, oh, it's because someone was talking to me while I was walking. I'm like, no, you just tripped and fell. So I got to bring you over somehow and instill this.
You could do it. You got him. You just got to crack the whip a little bit.
No, I'll go. That was my fault that you fell down. I was distracted.
You're right. I was talking too much. Sorry.
And then he'd go, you're right, Dad. It was your fault.
Yeah, right.
I go, no, you're not learning. Okay, cool. So that's a little spleen going on from a little spleen from Ben Roethlisberger. There might be a lot of spin going on in New York, not just with the Jets. We also got that other team over there that we have some
Show
spin.
them respect.
We have some spin with the Giants.
Yes.
We will show them respect. But here's a few tweets that have come out about the Giants. This one from Matt Lombardo. It's a beat writer that covers the team. He said, first team period for Eli Manning, 1 for 6 with 2 interceptions. This was after we saw another tweet that Coach Shermer said, Eli Manning looks really good. He's throwing the ball well and looks strong physically. Those two don't match up. Where's the spin?
You think? Well, the spin is the continuing spin of the New York Giants.
Yes.
Well, to me, this is why I thought this subject was entertaining to a degree because, you know, I know there's some people up here in the New York, the tri-state area are trying to go like, does Daniel Jones have a chance to be the week 1 starter and challenge Eli Manning? No, just for things just like that right there. I'm not going to believe the Giants will bench Eli Manning until I see it. I have got to see it to believe it. It's been about 5 years now of making up excuses for him whenever it is. Apparently, nobody in the organization is allowed to say anything negative about him. He hasn't played a bad game in the last 7 years, and he hasn't had one bad moment, if you really notice it. And I know I sound like I'm a jerk right now, but I'm just going.
Once you win a Super Bowl or 2, you can do no wrong.
I mean, this case will certainly accentuate that point. I mean, it's 1 playoff appearance since 2011. It's the most losses in football out of any quarterback. It's the most interceptions by any quarterback in football. You can go down the list. But the Giants are going to continue to make those type of excuses. And, it just speaks to the ongoing propaganda of, I don't know if it's the Maras or the Tisches or just they put the kibosh on anybody in that organization to ever say anything bad. But, the big thing is this. The first OTA, 1 for 6, 2 interceptions the first team period.
Yeah.
To me, and I know this is just practice and we're just in May, that's still like a little bit like, what? He was 1 for 6 with 2 interceptions.
No,
the first
great defense. Great defense,
apparently.
Very good defense.
Because I can promise you, like with guys like Brady or Rodgers or Matt Ryan or, Russell Wilson or Andrew Luck, I can promise you their first team period, if they got 6 throws, nobody's worse than like 5 for 6, and they might have had like 5 bombs or huge completions. We're like, whoa, they're gashing the team. Yeah. Not 1 for 6 with 2 interceptions. So that to me is a little alarming in itself as well.
Okay. So, but they're not gonna. He could go 1 for 12 with 5 interceptions, still be the guy week 1.
I don't think there's nothing. He's gonna literally have to throw 10 interceptions in the preseason to get benched for week 1. And I don't even think if he played bad or poorly the first 2-3 weeks of the year, I still don't think anything would happen. I think it's going to take a 2-4, 2-5 type record before Eli's ever sat on the bench.
Well, there is one good thing though, if you're the Giants, is that maybe Eli's numbers aren't going well so far in OTAs, but the duplication of Eli Manning is going very well.
Oh,
if you're watching on YouTube right now, you see the tweet from Matt Mayer over at CBS, and it is a picture of Eli and Daniel standing right behind him.
Same face mask, same helmet,
everything, same lip.
Chin strap.
The lip is the same.
Same squint, same lip. Right. I mean, it is the same mannerism all together. And again, I mean, they cloned him.
They cloned him. They cloned Eli Manning.
We sent a special sperm and egg to David Cutcliffe, and we've cloned another Manning and named him Jones.
It took 20-plus years, and here we are. Here we are right now. So they look almost identical.
Right.
And here's the thing with Daniel Jones, too. He has to be better than what everyone says. Right, because right now the whole story with Daniel Jones is that he's going to be the worst bust in the history of the NFL. No, he'll be better than that.
He's going to be better than Christian Hackenberg or Blake Bortles. I can tell you that. I got hope for this guy. What is that?
What is that? Did you just?
Oh, I just hit the music on my phone.
I thought you did that on purpose.
I did not.
I thought you were using it to make a point.
That was Kid Cudi there for anybody. But no, I totally lost what I was thinking about.
Daniel Jones, he's going to be better than Bortles. But you think Bortles is the worst quarterback of all time. Well, that's a low bar.
Shut up. I think Daniel Jones, I don't enjoy the piling on. I did not think he was a first-round quarterback. I thought he was more of a second-round type quarterback if we had to rate him there. Yeah. But I still understand what teams would see as far as him maybe being a potential starter and a franchise quarterback somewhere down the line. I don't think that's totally crazy.
You know who maybe they should have taken?
What?
And I don't know if you saw this.
What person?
Arch Manning.
Shoot.
So Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Nephew of Eli and Peyton.
Yep.
He made his varsity debut for Isidore Newman High School in New Orleans. He is the son of Cooper Manning, who I've heard now is not Cooper, it's Kaupa.
Something like that. I'm not even going to say it.
Okay.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Whatever. Apparently, it's like Koopa. Koopa?
Oh,
Cuppa?
Yeah. King Koopa. It's a Cuppa. Cuppa. We just heard.
But I mean,
anyway,
if you're watching on YouTube,
the point is Arch Manning, 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Break down the style.
Wearing the 16 like older Uncle Peyton did.
Does he look like a Manning to you?
He totally looks like a Manning. I mean, he did a few pump fakes, and the body language and the technique he used was so Manning. It was unbelievable. I like his throwing motion. It's real tight and compact, actually. I actually like his throwing motion, better than Eli's at this point.
Really?
Eli and I do. And not to say he's going to beat Eli or better than Eli.
He's a freshman, still a long way to go.
Yes, a long way to go. He's got a lot of growing to go, certainly. But, I mean, come on. There's not a more special family in the history of the NFL than the Manning family. And I know I just got done getting on Eli. Again, I think Eli's awesome, and he had an awesome career. So I don't want to detract that. I don't think he's awesome right now. I don't think he was awesome last year. I'm just trying to be real with you, everybody here. But, damn, 2 Super Bowls, best quarterback in Giants history. I get all that. Peyton Manning, for me, is one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the history of the sport. Archie Manning was a legend who was just caught on a shit team his whole career. But, yeah, I think Arch has got a chance to to be something.
He can basically go to any college he wants.
I would think so.
He
With the
could
way it
commit
looks
right
right
now,
there.
right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's all going in the right direction, and he's certainly going to grow and be tall and has an athletic gene to begin with. So, yeah, if you're playing the potential card, I would say that kid's got potential.
So Rivals has already listed the top 3 for Arch Manning.
Right.
This is not where he is considering. It's just where they think he may go.
Okay.
LSU.
All right.
Right there, hometown program.
Yeah, I get you.
Tennessee.
Yep.
Right. Peyton,
Right.
and then Ole Miss.
Oh, so they just went with the old family name.
It's pretty easy. I think Duke with Coach Cutcliffe for sure.
If he's still there, yep, that's right.
At
That'll
that point, they could need another clone. Right? They could get almost even closer than Daniel Jones. So that is Arch Manning as well.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.